Hi, and welcome to the Soul Alignment channel. Today, we are going to be talking about God of the universe. What should we say? And does it really matter? Let's talk about it. So, I'm going to start out by sharing my story on my journey of what should I call God and what that was like for me and why I'm at the place that I'm at right now and why I say what I say. Um, and it's been on my heart to talk about for the last couple of days because I posted a short, and in that short I was kind of like talking about the same thing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use the term God because a lot of people can relate to this. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then I was like, but this is what I like to say. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed after I posted that video, two people unsubscribed from my channel. And this is like a huge debate. I see in people comment sections all the time, and it's like it's so many things. So I'm just going to share my story first and how I come to the place that I have come to and having peace with how I refer to the divine. And it's a journey, right? And it really comes down to what feels good to a person in their heart and their relationship with the creator. And so I just want to share my story just to help somebody on their journey who may be struggling with what should I say? What should I call God? You know, if they even care. You know what I'm saying? Some people comfortable with just saying God, but I was somebody who wasn't. And so when I first embarked upon my journey in reading my Bible, I'm gonna start there. When I first sat down and I prayed to God, right? I said, Dear God, this is what I want to know, this is what I'm looking for. And that was what I used. I used God, right? Because it's the wide term that everybody uses when they're referring to the creator. They use God. But as I got deeper into my journey of reading my Bible and building my relationship with the creator, I was like, you know what? God, like, and I went through this whole thing through the Bible where people were saying, oh, they took God name out the Bible and replaced it with God. And I was like, well, who told them to replace it? Like, how would you feel if somebody come and replace your name and just start calling you whatever they wanted to call you? You know what I'm saying? So then I went on this journey of, God, what is your name? What should I call you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know you by your name. I want to call you by your name because I want somebody to call me by my name. And if I'm made in your image and I want somebody to respect me and call me by my name, then what is your name? And so I went on this whole journey, and through reading the Bible, they have many different names in the Bible when it refers to God, right? Jehovah is Jehovah Sikkenu, Jehovah this, Jehovah that, and it's all the different names, right? I went down that journey, and then I came to this place of where I was shown that, hey, even Jehovah and Jesus, those are not the real names. And I'm like, okay, so then it was this whole other journey. But long story short, we just gonna come back to God because that's what the battle seems to be about when people hear people using the term universe. But for me, my relationship with the divine is very intimate. I'm always asking questions. I'm always going within myself. If I find myself getting caught up in, feeling some type of way about what somebody is saying, I always take it in prayer. I'm not about to go in somebody's comments, or I'm not about to debate with somebody about what they should call God, or why are you saying universe? God created the universe, and just this whole backwards and forward thing. So for me, when I prayed about it, I went from saying God to the creator, because I was like, okay, the creator feels good to me because God created everything. So I'm just going to say the creator. And I went from saying the creator to the divine. And then when I came to this space of hearing people refer to God as the universe, I was like, I don't know, like how I feel about that universe. Like, does it matter what I say when I refer to you? And the divine showed me, like, when it came to people saying the universe, what I was shown was that it does not matter, right? It's what feels good to you. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what somebody else's relationship is with the creator, right? You don't know what that is for that person. So it really doesn't matter when somebody's saying the universe, they're talking about God. When people say God, they're talking about the universe. People want to be right, or who's right and who's wrong, this constant pull and push energy of, no, I'm right because it's this, I'm right because it's that. But when I prayed and I asked, the divine showed me that it's the same thing. Like, you are in the, everything is in the universe, and the universe is in everything. Let me repeat that again. Everything is in the universe, and the universe is in everything. So if you go back and you just see just our DNA and just how our organs and the way things are shaped, and the ocean and the universe, the stars, our eyes, like all of the things, I was shown that it does not matter. What do you want to call me? What do you want to say? What feels good to you? So me personally, I go back and forth between the divine. You may hear me say the universe. You may hear me say the creator. Like, it's what feels good to me in that moment, because we have a relationship. And when it comes back to what it really boils down to is your heart. Your heart and your relationship. Your one-on-one relationship. It doesn't matter what nobody else is doing the same. You know what I'm saying? And when you know that, you're not bothered about what other people say, because you know it's all the same thing. It's no separation of it. The universe, God, it is the same thing. And if you feel some type of way about somebody saying, if somebody say universe and you say God, and you feel some type of way and you're like, you mad, you need to go within yourself and pray about it and ask God, why am I angry about this? Does it really matter? Because a lot of times, a lot of people are not taking it into prayer. They're just going off of their emotions. They're just going off of what they was taught about what somebody else told them. But how many people are really sitting down with the divine and really asking, does this really matter? And I say that because I did. I asked the question. I pray about everything. When I'm irritated about something, I know it has nothing to do with the people outside of me. I have to go within myself and figure out why. And then once I go within myself and figure out why, I'm taking it to prayer. I'm like, why does that bother me? Like, is this really an issue? Like, what is it, right? And I'm shown, like, it's just people in their energy and them wanting to have this power or this being right. Like, oh, I'm right, you're wrong. Like this, like I said, that push pull energy. But when you know, you know. So, and then also when you're going back and forth between this push and pull energy, if somebody, let's say somebody giving a message, right? Or somebody is talking about something and they say universe, right? You cannot put in a box how the divine is going to speak to you. And if you do that, if you hear somebody say universe and they giving a message, there may be a message in there for you. But because they said universe, you done already closed your heart off and said, oh, God ain't talking to them. Like, oh man, it's just like, really, y'all are missing so much beauty in this life trying to be right about what you should call the divine. Like, what should you call it? Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Well, when I asked and I prayed about it, the divine showed me it didn't matter. You can call me universe, because guess what? Everything is in the universe, and the universe is in everything. Go do your research. Go within yourself. Come back to your heart. Stop feeling the need to have to be right about everything. It's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's about what feels right to you, what feels good to you. So, y'all can come in here with y'all Bible scriptures and all the things, but like I said, when you know your relationship with the divine, the creator, all that stuff don't even matter. It don't even matter, because guess what? Before there was a Bible, before there was any of that stuff, everything was in here. Everything was in here. Your blueprint is here. It's not in the books. All of the books that you may read, they all have some truth and lies intertwined. It's up to you to have that spirit of discernment to know what's right and what's wrong, what's for you and what's not for you. I don't even like using the right and wrong term, because it's like, what is right for you? What feels good to you? Use that spirit of discernment to go within yourself and say, you know what? That don't feel good to me. That don't feel right. That's not in alignment with me. And that's okay. That's not your journey. That's not your path. But just know that you cannot put in a box how the divine is going to speak to you or who those messages are going to come from. So when you have this need to be right, or you know what I'm saying, people in religions want to throw their Bible scriptures out at people and say, oh, well, this is what the Bible says, and this is this and this is that. Even in the Bible, you've seen the different ways that the divine spoke to people. It wasn't just one way. It wasn't just one way. It's not just one way. It's not just one path. It's not just one road. It's not just one way to refer to the divine. It's what feels good to that person, where that person is at on their journey. Everybody's on different paths. And that's why soul alignment is very important, because everybody came here. Everybody's soul came here to experience the life the way they were meant to experience it. Some people were meant to be Christian. Some people were meant to say God, and being okay with that. But when you in alignment, you're not sitting out here debating with nobody about what they should be saying. Or if they say universe, you're saying, well, God created the universe. Like, you're praying to the creator or whatever. Like, I came across this video where this guy was speaking about something very powerful. It was a very powerful message. And he said the universe twice. And somebody was in his comments like, oh, well, the God said, and God created the universe. And I'm like, really? So y'all just missed the whole message that he just gave, which was a really good message. But at the end of the day, then it boils down to, it wasn't for them to begin with in the first place. So at the end of the day, it just comes back to you and what feels good to you. For me, I'm going to say what I say, and I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me if somebody feels some type of way about if I say universe. If they not trying to hear me, that's not my problem. It wasn't meant for them to hear. If that one thing takes you away from somebody's message, then you need to go within yourself and do some soul searching. Because somebody who's on their path and know they're in alignment with their soul's journey, none of that stuff matters. None of it matters. We always trying to find reasons to create division, to cause separation, to cause who's right, who's wrong, who's better than, you know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, the dark, the light. You know what I'm saying? When it says that the creator created all things. All things. All things. It didn't say some things. It said all things. So what do that really mean? I'm somebody who always gonna ask questions, because this life is very complex and it could be very confusing if you're not using that spirit of discernment. It's so much information out here. So that's why it's important to come back to your heart, to come back to before you even had eyes to see, before you had ears to hear, before your brain was developed, your heart was beating. So that's why it's important to come back here. And what feels good here, it's never going to steer you wrong. This is your soul's blueprint, your heartbeat. Come back to that. So that's why you have to have your heart open to learning and growing, learning and unlearning. A lot of stuff that we believe, a lot of stuff that we're walking around here debating with people about, it ain't even our information. It's information that was given to us, that was maybe through our upbringing. When you really start to go within yourself and do your soul work and figure out who you are apart from all of the things, detaching from all of the things, you begin to see that why do I believe this? Or why do I feel this way? And it goes deeper than just talking about God or universe. It's so many other things. It's so many other things. But that's a whole nother life. That's a whole nother life. I'm just gonna come back to this because it's so just like it does not matter, people. And it says nothing about the people who are giving the messages. It just says everything about the people who are trying to debate about how somebody should say something or how somebody should refer to the creator. Like, no. If something's irritating you, if something stirs your spirit, you need to take that up with you and the divine. You need to pray about it. Because if you're in alignment and you know what you know, it ain't gonna bother you. Because you know you can't put in a box how you're gonna get your messages, how the divine gonna communicate with you. But when you want to look at somebody and say, you're not a deacon, you're not a preacher, you're not a pastor, you're not this, you're not that. God didn't say he sent the message to me from you. What people want to turn their nose up because you don't have these titles. And they don't know how the divine gonna send a message. You don't know. So stop closing yourself off to how you're going to receive or how the divine is going to speak to you. Because they have some beautiful messages coming through so many different places. And a lot of people are in that space where they know who they are. They know that nothing, it ain't no religion, it ain't no Bible, it ain't none of these things that connect them to the divine. And a lot of those people are in that space where they're like, you know what? I'm going to say universe because that feels good to me. That feels good to me. I know what it is. And then I get on other people's videos or lives and I do that too, but I notice like the people who are in that space of just knowing, we try to cover all of the bases so people don't get offended, or they at least try to listen, so we're saying like, oh, God, universe, the divine, like whatever you refer to it as, that's who I'm talking about. So we constantly trying to get people to see that it does not matter. We're all talking about the same thing. It ain't about what the person is saying or how they're referencing the divine. It's the message that's coming through. Is this message in love? Is this message something that's going to uplift and change the world or help people to see and be better versions of themselves? Like, what is the message that's coming through when people are referring to the divine as the universe? Y'all so caught up in universe. They said universe. They ain't talking about God. What is the message that's coming through? What are they talking about? Is the message in love? Is it something that's going to help you to be better? To be a better version of you? Because I see a lot of beautiful messages coming through where people are referring to the divine as the universe and they're speaking in love. It's messages to help uplift the collective. Just helping people to come within themselves, to be better versions of themselves. So You so caught up with, I'm saying, the universe that you missing the message. It's just, man, it's crazy. It's just crazy. I'm like, it really don't matter. It really comes back to you. Come back to your heart. The battle between right and wrong is keeping a lot of people stuck. It's keeping a lot of people stuck. So, no, it don't matter. What matters is what feels good to you. What feels good to you? And have you asked the question? Have you prayed and asked about it? Like, God, am I supposed to call you God? Because I asked the question. I wanted to know. Like, I want to know. I have a very beautiful relationship with the divine. From the very beginning, I already knew I didn't need a Bible. I didn't need a church. I didn't need none of those things. I knew I was connected. I knew that very early. Very early on. I knew it. So anytime I'm feeling some type of way about something, or I have a question, or I don't understand something, I'm taking it into prayer. I'm asking, like, show me, what does this really mean? Or if somebody's talking about something and it don't feel right to me, I ask, why do that not feel right? I don't resonate with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very worldwide message. Why am I not connecting with that? And I'm shown. So that's what we have to do. Stop debating with people and just go into prayer and ask. Because a lot of people debating about stuff that it ain't even something that they really know for sure, like is a fact. It's just what they have been taught. It's all they know their whole life. Is, oh, well, this is what my grandmama said, and this is what my great grandmother said, and they're like, oh, this is it. You know what I'm saying? And no, I don't agree with it. It's like, if you haven't prayed about it and you know one-on-one for you what that means, then I'm not about to sit here and debate with you about it. I'm not. So for me, I prayed, I asked, I went on my journey. I go back and forth between the divine, the creator, the universe, whatever feels good to me in that moment. I know when I'm talking to the divine, when I say universe, when I pray, my prayers are answered. I know that my messages come in many different ways. I ask for confirmation. The confirmation is always shown to me. But when I prayed about that, I was shown that there is no difference between saying God or the universe. When I prayed and I asked, the divine showed me. The universe is in everything, and everything is in the universe. I am the universe, and the universe is me. I am the divine, and the divine is me. There is no separation between the two. So that's it. So if you want to know what it is for you, then pray about it. If God feels good to you, then God feels good to you. For me, I had a problem with the word God because I was like, they was like, oh, God in the Bible, if it's a capital G, it's talking about God. And if it's a lowercase g, it's talking about the gods. And I'm like, what? Like, it was just so confusing. But in all of the confusion, I always took it to prayer. I always took it to source. Like, stop depending on outside information and take it within. Take it within yourself. Pray about it and see where you're guided. But when you pray about it, you have to be open to how that answer is going to come to you. You can't put it in a box and say, oh, well, let's just say you're a Christian and you pray about it and you're like, oh, well, I prayed about it. And let's say somebody who's not a Christian, right, come and maybe y'all having a conversation and they mention the very thing that you prayed about. But because they're not a Christian, or maybe they said universe, you're like, oh, they said universe, so I'm not listening to that. And they wasn't even a Christian. You know what I'm saying? It's the judgment that keeps us stuck and trapped. I'm telling you. The judgment is the self-judgment. And then how we judging ourselves and we judging other people, like it keeps you stuck in this low vibration, a very low vibration. So, like, just get out of your head and come back to your heart because I'm telling you, that is where the truth lies. That's where the truth lies. It's not in the books, it's within you. And we hear that, we have heard that so many times. It's not just something that people say, it's the truth. The truth is on the inside of you, your truth. Because your truth is going to be different from somebody else's. And that's okay. Like, stay your course, stay on your path. Trust what is being shown to you. Because a lot of times we're fighting what we know intuitively, what we know, we go against it because we're like, well, nobody else is saying this, or nobody else is talking about this, or nobody else feels this way. You may just be surrounded by people that believe a certain thing, but your intuition keeps telling you, nah, that ain't right. And you shut it down because you're like, well, all these people are saying this. But in your heart, you know that it does not feel right to you. So you ignore your inner voice and you listen to all the voices outside of you and you're miserable. Like you feel like you're dying inside because you're not listening to what your inner voice is telling you. Everybody did not come here to be a Christian. Everybody did not come here to be a Jehovah's Witness. Everybody didn't come here to be a Buddhist. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of us come here to experience this life the way our soul was meant to experience it. So that's why you have to get into alignment. And when you in alignment, I'm telling you, you're just so at peace with where you are and what you know. You're not out here debating with people about who said what. If somebody come talk to me right now and they saying God, I'm gonna listen. I say universe, they say God. It's the same thing. I know my messages can come from anywhere. I know the divine can speak to me through anybody. So my heart is open to learning and growing. My heart is open to knowing if something doesn't feel right to me, then I don't accept it. It's just that simple. I'm not taking everything that's being given to me. I'm using discernment, and that discernment is off of what feels good to me. If I come across something and it resonates, then I'll look into it. I'll entertain it. I'll see what is there for me. I gather what I need, and then I keep it moving. It's that simple. And when I'm shown that something no longer resonates, I let it go. So I done been on the journey of knowing. And I went on this journey of feeling like I had to convince people or make people see things the way that I wanted them to see it. Like, oh, this is what was shown to me, so that's wrong. What you believe and it was the whole being a Christian coming out of Christianity thing that helped me to see that I wasn't shown that for me to convince somebody else that that's not their path. I was shown that because it was time for me to come out of that religion. Not that it was meant for everybody to come out of the religion. And I wasted a lot of time and energy being upset and like, oh, well, the divine showed me this. How are y'all not seeing this? And I was like so confused because I was like, these people are reading this book. Like, how are they not seeing this information? And it wasn't meant for them to see because their path was different from mine. And so I'm very just grounded and rooted in my path, my journey. And I'm okay with allowing people to be who they are, to believe what they want to believe. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. But what I want to say is don't miss out on a message that may be for you because somebody just used the term universe. I see this debate all the time in people comments, and I'm listening to the messages and I'm like, oh wow, I needed to hear that. And then I see people in the comment section like, oh, they said universe. Like God created the universe and that message ain't come from God. And I'm like, y'all just don't have a clue. Y'all don't have a clue. You really don't. It's just crazy. When people talking and they saying things, I ask myself, are they really hearing what they're saying? Like, do you hear yourself when you're speaking? Do you hear yourself when you're speaking? When you're talking, like, are you listening? Or are you just talking just to be talking? And that's facts. Because a lot of stuff that's being said, a lot of stuff that's being taught, a lot of people ain't questioning it because a lot of it don't make no sense. Y'all want to keep debating about who's right and who's wrong. The creator created the universe. It's not the universe. This whole back and forth thing is like, look, you can spend that time and energy going within yourself and learning you, understanding you. So then you know and you see. And I tell people, question everything. Like even when I get on here and I talk or when I'm sharing my experiences, if it's information that rattle you or make you feel some type of way, then go within yourself and figure out why. Go within yourself and figure out why. That's it. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about that because I just noticed that when I posted the short that I posted, I was just simply talking about like, always hearing when I was younger people saying, God loves you. And I use that. I say I'm using this term because a lot of people can resonate with the term God. And I say, but I like to say the divine or the universe. You know what I'm saying? And when the two people unsubscribed, I just laughed because I was like, oh, it's because I said universe. Like I already knew what it was. I already knew what it was. But my message was very pure and it was just real. Like the universe loves me. Like I know that now. It's not a question. I used to question it because I was going through so much. It was like, I hear y'all saying that, but really? Because I couldn't see nothing but what I was going through. And then I was watching the other video and the guy was sharing a beautiful message and he said universe 2 times and people got their panties in a bunch in the comment section and I'm just like, oh my goodness, here we go. But it's such a debate. And I laugh because I used to be that person. When I was a Christian and I was in a religion, I believed that with my whole heart. So I felt the same type of way. I think the first person I heard use the term universe referring to the divine was Oprah. I think I was watching an Oprah show and I was like heavy in the church, like solid. I believe this with my whole heart. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. And I heard her say that and I was like, universe? So I understand. I get it. I was that person. But I had to go within myself and say, okay, why does that bother me? Like, why does that bother me so much? Is it bothering me because everybody say it should bother me? Let me pray about it. Let me go to source. That's what we need to start doing. Take it to source. Okay, the creator of all things. Take it to source. That's my message. If you want to know what you should call, and see me, I'm very like intimate with the divine. I want to know you how I know myself. So I want to know not what man is saying, not what the world is saying. What does this mean to you, divine? Do you have a problem with this? And I get my answer. Through so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? It may be through a TV show. It may be through somebody talking on YouTube, TikTok, music. Like, you just don't know. So you just gotta trust You, your intuition, that internal guidance system is not gonna lie to you. So stop ignoring it when something don't feel right or somebody's talking about something and you like, I hear what they're saying, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And it's okay. Everybody's on different paths. Every soul come here to experience something different. There's soul families, right? Group of souls who come to experience the same things. So you know the people who are in alignment. I keep saying that. When you are in alignment and you know who you are and you know what your soul came here to experience, you are not about to be out here debating with people. You're not about to be going back and forth with nobody about nothing. You know what you know and you trust that. And when your soul shows you you have outgrown that, you have evolved past that, you move accordingly without a problem, without trying to make somebody else feel like because they're still there, they're wrong. You got what you needed from that space, and now it's time for you to move on. It doesn't mean that it's time for all those other people to move on or everybody have to see things the way that you see it. Sometimes you're going to be the only one who know what you know. And that's not like a fact, but it's going to feel like that because you're going to be surrounded by people who are not on the same path as you. They have other people out there that you may see on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, where you know you're not alone or you're not going crazy. But you may be surrounded by people who all believe the same thing, but your soul is showing you something totally different. And it's okay. And I know that because that was my journey. That was my path. And it can feel real lonely sometimes, but when I tell you the divine, your spiritual team is not gonna leave you feeling like you're going crazy. Everybody around you gonna make you feel like you're going crazy, but your spiritual team and source is gonna show you, nope, keep going. And you just gotta keep going. And it's scary. It's scary. You be scared to move, like, for real, because you like, I don't know, like, this is crazy. But for me, I'm just a daredevil. I'm like, look, okay, I'm going. It's time to drop that. So it's been like this whole journey for me through the God or universe or the different names or what should I call you, to different types of music, like the food, just all of the things. Like, I've had so many battles where I felt like this doesn't work for me, but I'm listening to people like talking like, oh, well, they said this. And I don't really know because I don't have any examples of what this is supposed to look like. So all of these people are saying this, but what is right? And I may gravitate to that and start doing it. And then I'm like, nah, that ain't working for me. It don't feel right. So then I just have to bring it back in. I adjust accordingly to what I need, to what feels right for me. But I always take everything into prayer because that's the only way I'm going to know what is for me. Not with nobody else saying it. So when people come to me with information or if I hear something, I'm not about to interrupt you while you're talking. I'm just going to listen. And then I take it into prayer. Like, how does this resonate in my life? Is there anything that I need to take from this information and apply it to my life? And then when I'm shown yeah or no, like, I move accordingly. So, at the heart of everything that I said, it just all comes back to you and what feels right for you. So coming back to your heart and remembering, this is an important thing to remember. When you are being formed in your mother's womb, before you have eyes to see all of the things that we can see, before you have ears to hear all of the things that we're hearing every day, all day, all from all the different sources, before you had ears to hear, before your brain was developed, your heart was beating before all of those things. So come back to your heart. Come back to your heart, because that is your blueprint. Your soul's blueprint is coming back to your heart. So that's why you have to have your heart open to learning and growing, learning and unlearning. You gonna trust what you see with your eyes, hear with your ears. Like, nah, before all of this, your heart was beating. Your heart was beating. So when I was so confused about all of the things of this life, and I went into prayer and I was like, what does all this mean? Because none of this shit makes sense to me. Like, none of it. None of it makes sense. It's a whole lot of just, it's just so much information all the time. So much. And it's so confusing. Especially if you were a Christian before or you read the Bible, if you're a Christian now, like even reading that Bible, I was like, what? Like they have one verse in there that says, the heart is the most deceitful thing in the body, so stab it out or something crazy like that. And when I first read that, this is what I'm saying about people like really coming to their heart and really asking the questions, because sometimes you come across something and you're like, what are they talking about? And of course, the pastors and all the people gonna try to explain to you, what it means, and none of that shit that they be saying makes sense. So then I'm like, okay, divine, show me, because this is crazy. The heart is the most deceitful thing. That is a lie. The heart is where the true wisdom lies. It is your soul's blueprint. So when your heart is closed from all of the hurt, the pain, the trauma, all of those things, when your heart is closed, it's hard for you to really move through this life being connected to you in the divine and truly knowing what's for you, not what's for the next person, what's for you. And when I prayed about the confusion that I was experiencing from all the information that I was getting every day, when I prayed about that, I was shown to come back to my heart. I was literally taken back to when I was in my mother's womb. And the divine showed me, before there was a book for you to read, before you had eyes to see, before you had ears to hear, before your brain was developed. And the brain don't become fully developed till you come out, like as you're growing. So that's like the last thing, right? That's the last thing. So just think about all the information that you're taking in every day. That's, the knowledge you're taking into your brain and your mind constantly going all the time. You have to get away from all of that, from what's going on up here, what you're seeing every day, what you're hearing every day, and you have to come back to your heart. Because before all of that was into existence, your heart was beating. Your heart was beating. Just think about that. I know a lot of people, they don't think about it. I didn't even think about it. Like, I literally was guided back to when I was in my mother's womb from the divine, because I was so confused. There's just so much information. It was so much information. I was like, I just don't know at this point. Like, I'm over it. I'm over all of this shit. Like, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. And I was angry and I was frustrated. But when I was guided back to my heart, it changed my whole life. When I prayed and asked for my heart to be open, it changed my life. So that's what you have to come back to. So when I read a book, I'm like, I knew that. Is this intuitive? Is this intuitive? Wait, I couldn't even say the word. It's like I have this intuitive. Oh my goodness, y'all. I know the word and I say it 1,000 times, but I cannot say it right now. But it's this knowing that I already knew this information. So I've had these moments where I'm reading books and I'm like, oh wow, I already knew that. So it's like when I'm reading books, it's not that the book is teaching me, it's reminding me of what I already know, what's already on the inside of me. Like, I just think about how many times I heard that growing up. And I used to be like, what? It's already on the inside of me. I feel like I don't know nothing. And once I went through what I thought was my first spiritual awakening, but I realized I've been spiritually awakening like throughout my whole journey, different levels, you know. And I was like, oh wow, like I do know. It's some things that I knew like within me for a long time. And one of those things was I don't need anything or anybody to connect me to the divine. The divine is not something, that connection is not something that's outside of me. I don't have to search for it outside of me. It's on the inside of me. And if it's on the inside of me, and if I have all of the information on the inside of me that I need for my journey, why am I spending so much time looking outside of myself? Why am I spending so much time asking other people to validate what is being shown to me or what I know already inside of me? Why? And we do that all the time. We may get something, like the divine may show us something like, oh, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And we'll go ask a friend or a family member, like, hey, what you think about this? And they may say, girl, that's crazy. That ain't no good idea. And we will listen to that versus what was shown to us. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me tell you something. It is very important for us to go within ourselves and trust us. Sometimes we're going to be the only one that knows or sees the vision that the divine have given to us. You want to talk about it and share it, that's fine. But do not be deterred by what somebody else is saying. Like, oh, because they don't see it because it wasn't given to them. It wasn't given for them to see. That's your baby. That's your gift. That's what you are here to do. So trust it. Trust it. So that's it. Let me see. Girl, these comments be so crazy. God created the universe. If you created a car, you wouldn't want to be referred to as a car. God title matters. And that's fine. CC, that is your opinion. I know what it is because guess what? I was shown. When I prayed about it, the divine showed me that's our relationship. That's you and God relationship on your end. Maybe it's something different for you, and that's okay. But when I prayed about it, I was shown it didn't matter. And not only was I shown it didn't matter, I was shown why it didn't matter. And it just gave me peace. And I've been okay ever since. So it's okay. It's okay. It is okay if you see it different than I do. That's fine. That's the whole point of my message. It don't matter. It only matters what you believe and what you feel. Okay, I'm a Christian, but I work on Sunday. Trust God is real. I'm moving soon and my job gave me overtime. God is good. Do I need help with bread? Yes, but my hustle is real in Jesus' name. Okay. But yes, so that's what it is. I just wanted to share that, hopefully it helps somebody on their journey just to set themselves free and just knowing what works for them, what feels good to them. You know what I'm saying? If it feels good for you to say God, say God. Say God. Say it. Be proud. God don't need you to defend him or her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because then we have that. Is it you have the women who say, well, why God got to be a man? And just this whole backwards and forward thing. that everybody go through. Is like, y'all are giving this way too much energy. Like, it takes too much energy to be trying to prove yourself to be right about something. Just go what feels good to you and keep moving. Keep moving in a direction that you're being guided. That's it. But I lost my train of thought just now. Hmm. But what I was saying was, I just hope that it helps somebody, because it really is not a debate. When you know, you know. And it's that simple. This life was meant to be simple. It really was. We make it complicated. We make it very complex with just all of the things. You know what I'm saying? You have to use that spirit of discernment that's within you to see what feels right, where you're supposed to be. Are you in alignment? Are you on your soul's path, the right path? You know what I'm saying? You may be in one area way too long. Like for me, I was a Christian. I was there. I believed it with my whole heart. But with everything, I prayed about it first. And when I prayed about it and I was shown to come out of it, I came out of it. I needed to be there for a short period of time. I got what I needed. I moved on. I didn't want to go there to begin with. And that was my prayer, but I still was guided there. And I trusted it. I just trusted what my soul was showing me. So trust what your soul is showing you. It may take you there. It may take you. I was so confused because I prayed. I said, I don't want to be a Christian. These Christians are crazy. They say one thing, but they're doing something totally different, you know? Like my relationship, I'm going to come back to that because that's what's important. You have to know that nothing separates you from the divine. Okay, that's another important message that I want to put out there. Nothing separates you from the divine. Nothing. You're like, oh, I'm a sinner. I have to go to the church and talk to the pastor, or I have to. Nah. You are connected to the divine. You have that direct line. It's nothing outside of you. You don't need nobody to pray for you. Yes, people can pray for you, but you can talk to the divine. It doesn't matter where you are in your life, what you're doing right now. Prayer is simply talking. You don't have to be on your knees to pray, to have your prayers heard. The divine hears you. And you just have to know that. If you don't know that, then you just causing separation between you and the divine. It's not the thing that's causing the separation between you and the divine. It's your belief that that thing separates you. But when you know what you know, I'm telling you, it's life changing. Nobody can tell me nothing about me and my relationship with the divine. Nothing. I had to understand that, and I used to feel it so strongly, like, oh, I was doing something wrong, or oh, I don't know if I can pray because, I'm not living my life right. All of that stuff was projections that was put on to me, beliefs that was put on to me. When I separated myself from those things, my whole life changed. Nothing. I know this with every fiber in my being. Nothing separates me from the divine. Not nothing that I'm eating, not nothing, like none of it. It's your belief that it separates you. It's when you in your darkest moments that you're the closest. Like that's when the divine is right there, waiting for you to lean in. Waiting for you to lean into that unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I'm talking about with the confusion and what people say. It's like God loves you unconditionally, but then it's like you got to jump through all these hoops and do all these things to earn God's love. Like, make it make sense. No, you are connected. Nothing separates you from the divine. You are connected. It's your belief. It's your heart being closed and thinking that you're not good enough that separates you. You're not separate from the divine. It's in you, your breath, your heartbeat. It's all there. It's right there. So it's all what's in your mind that causes separation. So you just have to know it. You have to come back to that knowing. And I'm not talking about something that I don't know. I've lived this. I know what it feels like to feel like you're not good enough. I know what it feels like to feel like you're separate from the divine. But I've always had this inner knowing. And like I was talking about earlier, I was ignoring that inner voice, that small, still voice that was whispering to me saying, hey, I'm right here. But I couldn't see nothing but my problems. I couldn't see nothing but the things that I was going through. I couldn't even hear that voice. But I always knew it. So when I came back to that knowing, my life changed. My life changed. So you just have to know that you are enough right now where you are. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life, what you're doing. Nothing separates you from the divine. So trust that. And like I said, if somebody says something that irritates you, or I like to say stir up something inside of you, go pray about it. Go pray about it. Take it into prayer. Take it into prayer. And ask why. Why are you irritated? Why does it irritate you when somebody say universe? Why do you feel like you have to defend God? That's one that I'm still trying to figure out. Why you have to defend God? Why you have to be right? Why you have to get in somebody's comment section and say, God created the universe? Why is that so important for you to say? Or why do you run when somebody say universe? Why can't you hear them? Why can't you hear the message? You don't know where your message is going to come from. I'm telling y'all better stop all that judgment. But you can't stop judging people until you stop judging yourself. A lot of the judgment that is being projected in the world is because people are judging themselves in silence all day, every day. They are suffering. They are tearing themselves up. Okay? They are condemning themselves every day. So what you're seeing being projected in the world, like the things that you're seeing in people's comments and just in the world, period, just know that that is just a reflection of what people are doing to themselves already inside. I know that because guess what? I was that person. And then I was asking myself, why am I so worried about the judgment of other people? Why does that bother me so much? And my soul showed me, because you're judging yourself every day. So when we're judging ourselves, we are already creating the wounds within ourselves. So we already created the wounds, right? You're judging yourself every day, you're creating the wounds. So then when somebody else come and they project their judgment on you, it's something that you already did to yourself. So when they judge you, it's like they pouring vinegar on the wounds that you already created. But you don't understand that you already did the damage. You taking this personally from what this person is projecting onto you, but you have already did that damage. It started with you. It started with you beating yourself up. And yes, okay, we can go down the rabbit hole of, the past trauma and all the things that we went through as kids. Yes, that's valid. But then as we get older, because we don't know and we don't understand ourselves, and we're not doing the work, we're not taking the time to really go within and understand ourselves. So we're constantly doing more damage to ourselves. And then when other people come projecting their own pain and their trauma and their judgment onto us, it's just going back and forth, right? So that's why you have to take your power back, go within yourself, and do your work. It's not easy, but it's necessary. And it's going to change your whole world. It's going to change your whole world. I don't even know how I get to this subject, but I guess we needed to go here. But it's real, man. Like, this life is very complex. It ain't easy. It is not easy. So I just ask myself every day, how can I make my load a little lighter for me? And then once I start to do that for myself and I pour into myself, then I'm able to do that for my kids. And then I'm able to do that for the people around me, the people who I connect with on a day-to-day basis. But it starts with me. It starts with me. I can't give nothing to nobody that I'm not giving to myself. So I'm learning that. I'm unlearning a lot of things, but I'm relearning just how to just give me the things that I felt like I didn't get. You know what I'm saying? We can sit around all day and say, oh, I didn't get that. It's my mama fault. It's my daddy fault. You know, my whoever fault. But we can sit around and play the blame game, or we can go within ourselves and say, okay, I didn't get that, but now I'm going to give it to me. Like Michael Jackson said, it starts with the man, the woman in the mirror. It starts with you. So that's it. I'm about to say, oh, look at that. I was about to say, I don't even know how long I've been on here. But yeah, it starts with us. So just come back to your heart. Take it one moment at a time. Really, that's all we have. This moment, this present moment. So just bringing your heart back to this present moment, coming back to center. Because you're not promised the next moment. You don't know. So be in the present with this moment and just keep coming back to your heart. Keep coming back to trusting you. Even when the world is screaming all of the things, what is that still small voice saying to you in this time, in this present moment? You know, I have to tell myself all the time, if I'm the only one that's walking this path, I will walk it by myself because I know what I know. I know what I know. I know what I know. And I trust it. And my heart is open to learning, growing, unlearning, letting things go when I need to. You know what I'm saying? Moving accordingly. I move accordingly to what I'm being shown. So that's it. I'm gonna get off of here, but yeah, I feel good about all the things that I shared today. And just like I said, hopefully it just helps somebody on their journey. I'm not here to tell nobody that they're right or wrong. I'm just saying from my experiences and how I have moved on my journey has just been coming back to my heart when I don't understand something. I'm praying about it and I'm asking for clarity. And what does this mean for me so that I can move accordingly to my soul's journey? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wasn't sent here to do the same thing, to believe the same thing. Like, no, we wasn't. And I stand on that. I stand on that. Like that, I will stand on business. We didn't all come here to do the same thing. We didn't. So you have to understand the group of souls. You know what I'm saying? They're soul families. And we're in these bodies. And we came here on a mission. And some are Christians and some are Buddhists and some are, you know, on the spiritual path of just discovering them. Like it's so many different things. But we're all the divine in human form, like living out this crazy chaotic life. Like the divine is in us. We were created in the image of the divine. So when I see you, you see me. Like I see you. It don't matter what path you're on. You may be on the reckless path. That's what your soul came here to experience. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you. You know? So, man, just coming back to love for real. Like unconditional love. I think that's what we're forgetting. It's supposed to be unconditional love. The creator is unconditional love. The Creator loves you unconditionally. Stop putting all these conditions on yourself and separating yourself from the divine. Like, you're enough right where you are. So trust that. Peace, love, and light. Y'all have a beautiful day. Oh, we live once, Queen. Well, in this body. Because I know I've been reincarnated many times. Okay? Okay. Well, yes, I'm about to get off here. Okay, I've been on here an hour already. So, yes, peace, love, and light. Y'all have a beautiful day.